This afternoon at the Champion of Champions, Judd provided another example of his fantastic form this season as he eased past Baipat Siripapon. A memorable occasion for the women's champion to savour, but Trump's ruthless brilliance proved too much on the day as he cruised to a 4-0 win. Our second match provided another consummate performance from one of the tour's top talents as Shaun defeated Gary Wilson. The magician looked in fine touch, particularly when compiling a century break in the fourth frame, and eventually crossed the winning line by 4 frames to 1. Hello and welcome back to Bolton for our last group final of the week in the company of Neil Foulds and Rhiannon Evans. Great to see you. We've had a great afternoon here, as we saw from the pictures there, and Judd in fine form, not dropping a frame against Baipat. Rhiannon, it was a great opportunity for her to come and play at the highest level in this format, but she didn't really trouble Judd, did she?
No, it's always going to be a tough task. I'm not used to these conditions, playing Judd in the form he's been in these conditions. It was always going to be a tough ask, but I thought she played her game. She tried to play aggressive and take the game to Judd, and you have to feel the most comfortable, and I think she done it the right way. She may have missed a few, but I was impressed with the way a game plan that she went out to do, and Judd just done enough on the day to get the win. But yeah, I feel like he'll up his game.
She had a beautiful sweet long red as well in the first pot of the match, and she'll remember that. And we hope to see her in many more tournaments as well, because she's obviously a huge talent. The other match in the afternoon, again, wasn't a long match, 1 hour and 15 minutes, Neil. A great performance again from Shaun against Gary Wilson. Again, he wasn't really troubled.
Not really. I think Gary Wilson could have taken that match a lot closer. You know, he had, about 4 chances to go 2-up, quite honestly. And when he didn't get that frame one, I think it knocked the stuffing out of him a little bit. I do think that players like Chris Wakeland, who we saw, and Gary Wilson today, that they've done well. They earned their right to be here. Environment like they would in the Masters or in the Champion of Champions. When they get to the one table, they've played well all week and they're really confident with what they're doing. And of course, you're thrown into this stage, and often the top players like Shaun, who's used to it, and Judd, who's more used to it, come through.
Yeah, no, they came in cold, but listen, we've got a great final tonight. Judd of course, into tonight's group final. He's had a fantastic season, and before the group stages, he spoke to Stephen Hendry about how much he enjoys this tournament in particular.
This tournament, Champion of Champions, you've had success at. Is this a tournament that you relish?
I think this tournament, everyone can see the winning line from the very first round. I think that's different to some of the other events, and it makes it more enjoyable because you know you're so close to maybe even in the final straight away. So I think this one that's really grown on me the past 4 or 5 years. My record's got better and better, and winning the event, getting to the final a couple of times recently. You take a lot of pride from, obviously similar to the Masters, from all the best players are in it.
What would be your preference, world #1 or world champion? I know what my answer would be, but
I think because of how long I've kind of sustained it already, I'd definitely be more about the World Championships at this moment in time.
Right.
But I think they do go sort of hand in hand. For me, I'm someone that I feel like if I was #1, it would make me play better at the World Championship.
Right.
So I think it was in the season where I'd done my best. I feel like I'm that kind of player. I need to be kind of the person that wants to be shot upon by everyone else to really bring out the best of me.
I mean, you're already going to go down as one of the best players of all time, but do you think you need to win more world titles to be actually regarded by maybe the wider public as one of the greatest of all time?
Yeah, I feel like obviously my record, I've won millions of ranking events, but it hasn't kind of transcended into what people call sort of the big three.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it's difficult because I feel like there is quite a lot of other big events nowadays. You've obviously got the International Championship, which is now a longer format than the UK. So it's kind of hard to judge which ones are the biggest nowadays. I think obviously they're probably the 3 that are the most watched, and I feel like over the past 5 years I've been in a lot of finals and won a couple, so I feel like it's kind of turning a little bit.
What do you think it is about the world that you've only won one? What do you think is about that tournament?
I don't really know, because I feel like my record is actually good in there. I always get to the latter stages, apart from once or twice.
You said earlier that coming second means no good.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. But it's such fine lines.
Yeah.
I feel And maybe in some of the smaller ranking events, I get over that line. In the world, I'm just coming up short in maybe the decider, and that's the difference between maybe sitting there with 3 already and only sitting there with 1.
Yeah. Do you obviously with all these victories you're getting now, you're gaining a fear factor over your opponent? Can you sense that, and do you think that will help you win? You know, even not done with the world, but just to keep winning, you've got that fear factor now.
I definitely feel like it's come back again. There's definitely been times in these games where people last season, the season before,
rather than raising the game, they're folding a bit.
They're folding, and you only get that from winning and dominance. I feel like just walking onto the same table, you can sense the opponent thinks you're going to play well, and that might mean they change their game to not their natural game, or just miss a few easy balls because they know you're going to clear up every time. So I definitely feel I'm somewhere near where I was, and I feel confident every time I go to the table that I'll clear up and win events.
He certainly is, full of confidence at the minute, Rianne. We've seen that the way he's been playing. You don't win 3 tournaments on the bounce, 22 matches unbeaten, without brimming with confidence. But interesting to hear him talk about World Championships there and a desire to win more. Should he have won more?
Oh, definitely. His talent is second to none. He's up there with the greats. Do you know what I mean? As I say, he's going to be judged on the majors ones, but to win so many events, it's only a matter of time before he starts notching up the major events, surely. Yeah,
26 ranking titles. Why hasn't he won more world titles? I know it's a very difficult tournament to win.
Only one world title.
I know.
Stephen's there with 7.
Given the talent that he is, and he's clearly got the ambition and the hunger, he's greedy for success.
I think the game has changed a lot in that there are so many other big tournaments now. It was all about the World and the UK and the Masters when Stephen was dominating all those. Had there been more tournaments, Stephen would have won all of them as well, don't get me wrong, when he was at his prime. But, he probably has got to win it again a few times. He strikes me as more than just a one-time winner. But I don't know what the answer is. I think sometimes at the end of the season, in the last few years, he's won so much going into it, he's almost run out of steam by the World Championships. The pandemic, but for that, he would have probably won that year because he was winning everything in 2020, but it was delayed until the August. And, of course, Ronnie won it at that point for the 6th time. So there are reasons why he hasn't won it, not because he isn't good enough. That's definitely not one of the reasons.
We know how much of a talent he is, and we know that he has ups and downs, and like all players, it's very difficult to stay at the top all the time. He's not far off the world #1. He's within touching distance. He talked about the fear factor there. Is he one of those players that has that imposing presence when you come up against him?
Yeah, definitely, because he's so attacking. He just eats the table up. No ball is safe. You could put 3 or 4 balls on a cushion thinking any other player, I've won the frame, but not against Judd. He just plays ridiculous shots as well that you never even think of, that a lot of players can't even play themselves. But yeah, he's such a great talent, and he deserves more world titles for sure. But even in that interview, he's saying all the right things. His mannerisms are good, and for me, he's one of the favourites for the World Championships. Early days, but definitely one of the favourites.
Is he a favourite for tonight? What about Shaun Murphy? He looked good this afternoon, Neil.
He did look good. I'm not sure he's playing as well as he was, last year when we came into the latter half of the season when he won 2 of the last 3 of the Players' events. The Players and the Tour. He was incredible during the Players' Championship. He was almost on for a 147 every frame during that final. He's not playing quite like that now, let's be honest, and why that is, I don't know. He's got himself into a few different situations using 2 cues, won't go into that, but I think he's taken his eye off the ball a little bit like that. But he's still a great player, isn't he? He's got loads more to offer. And while I think that Judd is favourite to win tonight, the Shaun Murphy at his best can be anybody.
Very quickly then, predictions?
I do think Judd on current form will win.
Same, I reckon around 6-2, Judd.
6-2, Judd?
Yeah, I'll give him an extra frame, Shaun, 6-3. But look, I really, he's not cut and dried. It's going to be a great match.
Excellent stuff. All right then, on the other side of the break, we will get this one underway as Judd Trump takes on Shaun Murphy to win a place in the semi-final against Barry Hawkins tomorrow night. A mouth-watering match ahead of us here in Bolton as two of the most prolific potters in the business do battle. Judd Trump against Shaun Murphy for a place against Barry Hawkins in tomorrow's Champion of Champions semi-final. Trump has the better of the head-to-head, 12 wins to Murphy's 9. The most recent meeting saw Trump win 6-2 in the semi-final of the World Grand Prix in the spring. Looking forward to this one. In the commentary box tonight, Stephen Hendry's alongside David Hendon. But first, over to our MC Tahir Hajat to welcome the players.
Welcome to Bolton, the home of this year's Kazoo Champion of Champions. Two former world champions go head-to-head, best of 11 frames. Let's get them to the table. Up first, let's hear it for last year's Tour and Players Champion. It's the magician, Shaun Murphy. And his opponent is 26-time ranking event champion. It's the ace in the pack, Judd Trump!
It's lively in here tonight, as it should be for what promises to be a really good match. Judd Trump, Shaun Murphy, two former winners of the Champion of Champions, Murphy in 2017 and Judd Trump 2 years ago. Two players who like the big occasion and usually perform on it. Neither really too troubled this afternoon in their respective matches. Head-to-head favours Trump, 12 wins to 9.
Judd Trump to break.
Yeah, this would grace any final, this pairing. Interesting to see how Shaun plays tonight, because obviously Judd's had all the success recently, all the attention, and just if you're one of the best players in the world, you just it sometimes can give you that extra little edge to try and prove something, raise your game even more. Judd Trump is in a wonderful place at the moment in terms of confidence in himself. Well, he started this afternoon's match with a wonderful long pot, and that was even better. And I think he's on the black. Stunning shot to kick off the evening.
Yeah, you were interviewing Judd and asking him about, world titles. Shaun Murphy's beaten him twice at the Crucible. He's beaten him at the Masters. He's beaten him at the UK Championship. So in the real big events, he has had the beating of Trump.
9.
Of course, Murphy had his purple patch and then some last season when he won the Players and the Tour Championships. He actually won the first event of this season, the Championship League, but that was back in July. Been a little quieter since.
$16.
Yeah, arguably they both should have won more world titles, but a small matter of the likes of Higgins, Williams, O'Sullivan have been around at the same time, so not easy to win the biggest event.
70.
In terms of talent, could easily have won more.
24.
Shaun Murphy just looking to lay down a marker early on. He's potted the long red. Looking now to press on, get the frame one in one visit, show Trump how much he's up for this tonight.
$25.
And just while he's going about his business here, the original champion of champions, there was an event held, well, firstly in 1978. It was won by Ray Reardon, the 6 times world champion, who's now 91. And today at St Anne's Snooker Club in Torquay, Ray made a century break. How about that? At the age of 91, Ray Reardon made a 100 break.
The arc on the cue ball
32.
took effect, well, too late really. Watch the cue ball. It just goes out and then it tries to come back into the reds, just not in time. Still on a red to left middle.
$33. $38. $39.
So it looks like this is the last open red. Can't see any more that are available, so you could play for the
44.
pink to left corner, which would leave another red to right corner. So not necessarily have to have an angle in the colour to go into the main bunch yet.
$45. $51. $52.
So this is the shot which will probably decide if Shaun is going to win the frame at this visit. Into the bunch, can he land on a red? Well, not ideally. I think he's on a red to the far left corner. But
59.
he'd been hoping for something a little bit easier than this. And not the best angle to get nicely on the next colour. May have to screw on and off the cushion here for the black. It's just doing so well.
Yeah, from what we've seen so far, he's unlikely, I think, to be swapping cues for frame 2. This is
67.
about as good as you can start a match. Long red, and now this is frame ball.
68.
Yeah, as I said earlier, the top players, they kind of don't like to see the other players getting all the attention, all the success, so when they come up against them, if anything they're worth their salt, we'll want to try and
75.
sort of show that I'm better than you. You won all these events, but I'm here to beat you. So you raise your game.
76.
That looks supremely confident.
$83. 84. $91. $92.
Well, this is a heavyweight boxing match. Shaun Murphy's definitely dealt the first blow here. It wasn't the worst break-off from Judd Trump. So this has been the result.
99.
Yeah, some start, isn't it? The crowd were really excited to see these two enter the arena. And already it's brilliant stuff. Shaun Murphy's form, like any player, sort of come and gone over the years, but he's never sort of shrunk from the spotlight. He always likes to go out there and do his thing. Couldn't quite nudge that red, but this is about as well as you can start. First shot,
107.
he nailed the long red, he's made the century. It's his second of the day, and it's just shown Judd Trump how good he's feeling tonight. What a start then from Shaun Murphy. He leads this group final 1-0. So we're underway with another evening of snooker. Shaun Murphy with
Shaun Murphy
a break of 107 leads Judd Trump 1-0. Best of 11 to play Barry Hawkins in the semi-finals of the Champion of Champions. Shaun Murphy looking for a third appearance in the semis, and Judd Trump, it would be his 6th and 5th in a row. So, you know, he's been one of the form men of this tournament in recent times. But in frame one, he had one shot.
Well, this is well struck, and I think when he hit it, I thought it had a chance. I think the black's available to left corner. Tricky little red this. Yeah, it wasn't easy. Could be tempted to play a direct screw from the yellow into the bunch here. There's no reds available. Yeah, I've decided to play the loose red. But you see the path that the cue ball's taken down the table. Could have gone into the reds.
3.
I suppose the fact that he knows the black goes to the left corner would have made his mind up.
4. 11. $12.
It's got options here. Doesn't look there's a lot that goes to the right corner pocket. The red to the left of the black goes into the right corner. We'll have to use 3 cushions to get on that one. And he's played off just the 2 cushions. It's caught the jaw of the middle pocket, so
17.
it may be plant time. You can see it's not lined up to the pocket, but he's coming at it from the right angle. So fancy him for this.
18.
I think what makes him quite intimidating, Murphy, every pot is full-blooded. He commits to everything he goes for. Seen it already with the very first shot he played in this match, which led to the century.
Yeah, he cues with such authority, and I think that can be quite intimidating if you're in your chair. I don't think Judd's intimidated, as he said in the interview. He loves being the
23.
target, he loves being the favourite, the one to beat. But for maybe players down the rankings, it can be quite intimidating to watch, because every ball is hitting the back of the pocket, the middle of the pocket.
Well, he's having to accept that the break's over here.
Shaun Murphy, 23.
Trump won 4-0 this afternoon against Bypat. Of course, she doesn't have the experience at this level, so couldn't necessarily gauge his form from that result. But of course, we've got plenty to go on this season. The 3 ranking events in a row he won. We know that he's having a tremendous campaign.
Just got to be careful with this shot. It doesn't promote another red towards that left corner pocket here. Bit too thick. And I don't think Shaun is in the mood to turn anything down, especially this. Well, maybe the fact he's bridging over the green may put him off, but I think he fancies potting anything that he looks at tonight.
Well, I think he'd see that as a chance miss because he forced the mistake from Trump with a good safety of his own. Yeah, worse still for Murphy, of course, it offered up the chance for Trump, so that's the first ball he's potted tonight.
Yeah, with the cue ball landing quite close to that left cushion, it's just stopping him manoeuvring the cue ball the way you'd like. Got to aim down on this, which makes this brown missable. The red to the right of the pink is the obvious one to try and get on the right corner if you're playing the brown. You think one good shot here and he's in, because look at the reds. It's always hard to control.
5.
I mean, he's got a red to right corner, and he may even be able to play for the black to the left corner. But wow, this is tough. That was not a nice shot to play.
Judd Trump. 5.
And I think he's left the red that's just to the left of the black.
It's one of these matchups, though, where nothing's going to be turned down. There's a little bit of almost bravado there. OK, you're taking them on, I'm taking them on, but not everybody can pot everything. It wasn't easy. I mean, Murphy, in a way, was kind of the forerunner to Trump, wasn't he, when he won the World Championship as a qualifier in 2005. He came out playing an extraordinary attacking game, knocking in long balls all the 17 days.
I think their games are quite compatible. I think they know coming into tonight that they're both going to get chances from the other because of the way they play. They're not going to turn much down. So it's basically just a shootout, basically, to see who can take their chances the best.
$11. 12.
Yeah, Trump actually drew Murphy on his Crucible debut. He was only 17 back in 2007, and he really was a potter then. He went for everything, whether it was on or not. He just went for everything, but of course he's matured into a terrific all-round player. But Murphy's got that sort of stomp on tonight, hasn't he? He means business.
$26. 27. $34. 35.
So this is the ball. It's going to get him to 2-0.
$42. $43.
Doesn't waste much time, does he? 19 seconds, his average shot time at the moment. He virtually started his waggles before he even gets down, really. You watch the cues going before his chin gets to the cue. It's quite unique, actually.
$50. $51.
Look, the balls are hitting the middles of the pockets. It's very impressive stuff. He's up for this tonight.
$58. $59.
Obviously, he's got to deal with this red first, but there's
66.
just enough on for a second century. Yeah, every chance.
67.
And then he misses that.
Shaun Murphy,
But
67.
terrific start for Shaun Murphy. Judd Trump did have that chance. He missed that tricky red to right corner. Murphy responded with 67. He's not happy, is he? Missing the century, but at least 2-0. So it's 2-0 to Shaun Murphy, and
Thank you.
it's every inch of
First frame,
2-0 this so
Judd
far.
Trump's break.
Judd Trump has scored only 5 points. Now then, in frame one when he broke off, he left a long red, and that was his last shot. Well, he's come round to look at the plan.
I've got a lot of idea where the cue ball's going to end up.
One.
But that red ending up over the yellow pocket certainly makes it easy. Doesn't have to do a lot with this cue ball, even though it's quite close to the cushion.
Yellow ball. Three.
As I say, it's been one-sided so far. But of course, these matches can turn at any moment. Murphy on top at the moment, wants to press home that advantage.
Four.
He does have great presence around the table. That's not something I think you can manufacture. He just has it. Comes from his own self-confidence and indeed his love of being out there and entertaining.
$11. 12.
You have to say Judd was a little bit unlucky to leave that plant on off the
90.
break, but still needed potting. And well, Shaun Murphy's off again.
20.
In Judd's run of 22 or so matches to win those 3 tournaments, he won an awful lot of matches from behind. He's going to need that ability again tonight, it looks like.
27.
But the way Shaun's starting this match, he's going to have to do something pretty special, Judd, to get back into it.
$28.
Shaun's standing right behind the line between the black and the corner pocket to find that potting point.
$35. $36.
I think Trump hasn't done much wrong, has he? You know, he's broken off. Murphy's made 100. He missed a tricky red in frame 2. Didn't get another shot. Here he's broken off. Was a bit unlucky to leave a plant on. And he's wondering now, will he be back to the table or will it be 3-0? Got to keep himself focused in case the chance comes.
38. $39. $43. $44.
2 reds directly above the black. Just wants to flick the right hand side, one of those. Quite a full contact on it. Almost a stun, won't be a screw shot. It's just hitting everything perfectly. Everything perfectly. Wonderful snooker.
51.
Out of absolutely nowhere, he's missed that. Now that is a
Shaun
moment
Murphy,
to
51.
log, because we might look back on it later. If Trump wins the match, this is where it starts, this miss. 51-point lead, red's nicely open. Frame's at his mercy.
One.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in this arena, including Shaun himself, saw that coming.
Six.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of right hand side, check side. Just push the cue ball over slightly to miss it thick.
7.
Obviously big pressure on this visit, having sat out most of the first 2.5 frames,
12.
but when you've got 3 victories, recent victories behind you, it gives you so much confidence to do this clearance.
30. $20. $21.
These are the frames that really make a difference, even so early in a match, because he just wasn't getting any look in. Murphy was looking $1 million. I say the work that players have to do in the chair watching on, we sometimes, you know, cut to them and they look in absolute bits
28.
even early in a match. Trump was just watching, focused, in case the chance came, and it's come.
29. $36. 37. 42. 43.
Yeah, this is very impressive so far. Just needs to close it out now. One of those visits where he knows he has to take it out, because Murphy, okay, did miss,
46.
and it was a big mistake, but in general, he's cueing superbly. So any mistakes that come along, Trump has to punish.
48.
Yeah, as I said, having that belief of all those victories, all those matches won, the amount of clearances you would have
51.
had to do in the last month or so. This has been, well, he's made it look pretty routine. Say he's been sat out of this match so far tonight.
55.
Cool as a cucumber.
Well, some start, isn't it? I mean, we've only been going 37 minutes. It's already an electrifying match.
60.
Trump grateful for the chance, but then he had to take it, make sure Murphy think about the ready miss to this corner pocket. It was very costly. That is such a cool clearance from Judd Trump. He's going to pop the black as well. Shut out for 2.5 frames, but stepped in and made the clearance. What a match already. Shaun Murphy could have been 3-0 up, but his lead is cut to 2-1. Well, what a match already. 2-1 it is to Shaun Murphy. Had a chance for 3-0. Missed that one red on 51.
Shaun Murphy, break.
Judd Trump stepped in with a magnificent 73 clearance. So already, after 37 minutes, this is the pre-interval frame. What a pot, the cue ball. Is it going to hang
One.
on? Just about.
It's almost identical to a pot that Barry Hawkins potted earlier on in the week.
Rainbow.
He then potted on a very good green to left middle. Judd's not going to take the green on.
Judd trump. 1.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, Murphy's monopolised the table so far, 75% table time, but of course he did falter in that last frame, open the door for Trump. Trump just didn't get the snooker, but again, Murphy just, you can just see the change already here. Okay, he didn't look like he's left him in there, but didn't quite hit that one as intended. Just one shot has just changed things for now in this match. Suddenly Trump knocking in long reds and Murphy looking a bit quizzical.
Yeah, always the case. It's always the easy shots that cost you. Never the difficult ones. I read that the way he was playing, you could almost take for granted.
Quite crowded again this evening. This is the third year here in Bolton. Judd Trump was the winner 2 years ago. Runner-up last year to O'Sullivan.
The red that's blocking the path to the one over the pocket, that's the one he's looking to pot. You can see he hasn't got a full pocket to aim at. So this is going to be very, very accurate. Again, big shot to take on. I wouldn't disagree with the shot choice, the way he's been playing. Not at all.
I think as well you see matches sometimes when players set their stall out right from the off to go for them. It's like you can't back away after that. Show your opponent maybe you're not as confident.
One.
So Judd Trump he's made 44 centuries this season. He made 45 the whole last, so that just shows you the terrific run of form he's been on. He's been doing the heavy hitting.
It's a little bit careless.
6.
I think the red that he can and still goes to left corner, possibly. Although looking at the body language, he's not happy about it. Doesn't.
He's good at recovery pots. I suppose the idea is not to have to play them, but he can get them, and he got that one.
10.
No, I can play for the black. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like the black will go back in its own
11.
spot. I think it will go in the pink spot. But it's just congested, isn't it, around that area of the table. It's not easy to get perfect position to get going in this break. That was a better shot than it looked,
18.
actually. And he can play for the black to left middle. So just slowly but surely he's managing to get these balls into a position where he can win the frame at this visit.
90.
Just a little bit hampered by the red here for the black in the middle. Shouldn't be a problem. Just makes it missable. When he's playing this well, Judd, you just get the impression he just refuses to leave the table
26.
until the frame is won. Doesn't matter how difficult the pots are.
Twenty-seven. Thirty.
Well, looking at that view there, I think the black's available to right middle as well. Decided to play the screw shot, and he'll be too disappointed with that. I think that's end of break.
37.
Just didn't find the gap for the two reds that are on the black spot to the right corner.
Judge wrong. 37.
Well, there's a decent lead he's got, but I just never felt he was totally in control in that break. He had to work really hard.
I'll be happy enough. That red could have finished anywhere. one of these matches where every moment seems big. And again here, Trump was in with a chance to make a frame-winning break. He's only 38 in front.
Yeah, he missed the previous one. You never really expected him to miss 2 in a row. The way he's been queuing today. Good chance for a counter-attack here. He may decide to go into the pink and 3 reds off his blue.
Six. Seven.
So Judd Trump with a pot success of 95%, wondering if he's going to be 3-1 down at the interval. It's a tough school, this.
$15.
He's not got right angle of the blue, so on a pink that he didn't really want to be playing. Ooh. Not the cleanest pot, but it's in. But it just puts that little, when you're forced to play a colour you didn't want to go for, it just puts that little bit of doubt in your mind.
$22. $28. $29.
A strange one. Don't expect him to miss his pink in the middle, but it does give him a natural angle to drop on the red. Doesn't want to be straight though.
35.
Couple of options here. Could play top spin and take the cue ball off the knuckles, or he could screw off the other red that's on the cushion here. Oh, just missed a little flick, but he had the side on.
36.
It's still a great shot. So well cued. I love just a little flick on that red there. Says it's going by here. Played it. Hmm.
43.
Well, this is great stuff, this match. It really is. Some really great shots being played by both players. Not got the greatest angle on pink or black to get on the last red. Queuing up there as if he wasn't even going to play for the red. Going to put the pink in the middle and then possibly play the snooker, send the red up the table, cue ball behind the black.
Well, there's not been a lot of safety tonight. Hasn't needed to be, but now this little duel to come is
50.
going to decide whether it's 3-1 Murphy or 2-2.
Shaun Murphy, 50.
Well, a great visit to the table. He'll be a little bit disappointed he's not got Judd on the snooker.
Faintest of touches. Sort of feels like Red Bull game, the way the colours are set. Whoever pots the red is a big favourite. We'll see.
Foul. Anonymous. Judd from 4.
from there that possibly the natural angle of the baulk cushion has been blocked. To play the similar shot than what he just played, Shaun. Obviously got a better view than us. Yeah, he's going to have to manipulate the cue ball here. Needs a bit of luck. Needs a bit of luck and he's got it.
Yes, and that's the great unknown quantity, isn't it, in any match, and certainly in an important exchange like this, who gets the little bit of running at the right time. Been a fascinating hour of snooker, this. High quality, and now, in this frame, dramatic, setting the tone, going to the interval.
Red could go close to the left middle here. Try it the other side. I think he's left it. Has he? Breathes a sigh of relief. Judd Trump.
Well, Trump, I'm sure, expects that to be end of frame. It's up to Shaun Murphy, who's won, in the end, the safety battle. To put it away 3-1, he'd be more than satisfied. Of course, he could have been 3-0 up, but this frame, having lost the last the way he did, was important.
One.
So Trump was making the running in it. He lost position initially on 37. Shaun Murphy made 50, and now it's in his hands.
Yeah, we'd like to be finished the other side of the blue, but it shouldn't be a problem getting nice on the yellow. Yeah, that's okay. It's quite a comfortable shot, this. Little dab of run inside, right hand side to come off two cushions. The green to its own pocket. Could play for the green into the same pocket if he wants. But no, played the first shot. Yeah,
8.
well played.
So it's green and brown required for a 2-frame interval advantage. It's been a great
11.
start. I'm sure it will continue in the same vein. Just checking the score. Doing the maths. Brown for 3-1. Came out right from the first shot, looking confident, cueing beautifully. Made a century in frame 1 from the Trump break-off. Dominated the second and had that great chance leading in the third before Trump took advantage of the misread with a 73 clearance. This by far the longest frame and the most dramatic. Trump lost the safety battle and he's lost the frame. So it's been high quality stuff between these two great entertainers of our sport. Former winners both of the Champion of Champions at the interval in this best of 11 frame encounter.
Right from the off, with that century break taking the first 2 frames, it could have been a third. He's had 2/3 of the table time, a high pot success. Judd Trump with a good clearance of 73 in the third frame to punish Murphy's mistake. and has a 95% pot success. Only missed 2 balls, but he trails 3-1 at the mid-session interval. Enjoying this one alongside me, Rhian and Neil. Rhian, looking at the way Shaun Murphy's taken this on this evening, is this the best we've seen him play in a while?
By far, and I think his opponent has helped him. Coming off a win today, playing the same day, you're still high off that win. I know he wasn't pushed in that match, but you know he got up your game and you know what to do, and he came out the blocks like a trooper. And I think that's just the top players. That's what they do. That's what they're capable of. But yeah, my prediction's looking well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 3-1. I mean, it could have been 4-0.
Very easily, but, you know, as Rhian says, you know, he started so well. It's like a different game to the one earlier. This is a tremendous long red. I mean, he knocks this in. You didn't expect when Judd walked away from the table that was going to be his last shot in the frame. This was a great recovery shot. All of a sudden, you know, he starts off with a break of 107 and he looks absolutely brilliant. And, well, he continued in frame 2 after this miss. This was one of the 2 balls, Rhian, that he did miss in this session.
Yeah. His start has put Judd under pressure straight away. Judd got in, but he missed a tricky red, and then Shaun's obviously high on confidence, potting everything that he sees. And it just shows his confidence when he's playing certain shots in certain ways, and he was rolling the balls in confidently. And again, you got his pulling plants out from everywhere. He's just seeing pots galore, isn't he?
He is, and also, I mean, the thing was, he then got in and broke the reds up here, and it looked like for all the world he's going to go and do the same again. I couldn't see how he was going to miss. I mean, why did he miss this red? You know, I mean, in the basis of everything else we've seen, it seemed really unlikely he was going to miss, didn't it?
I just think he was overconfident. I think he knew how well he was cueing, how well he was playing. He knew he split the pack perfectly. He's thinking, OK, maybe another century is in the bag. But, yeah, I think he just took his eye off the pot, thinking he was already winning the frame.
But these frames are really important, the close ones. This was a really tight frame, and, you know, there was a little bit of luck here or there, 1 or 2 nudges that Shaun had on the colours, on the last red and all the colours. This was a confident shot. You know, he could have played on the green in the same pocket as the yellow, couldn't he?
Yeah, this is what I mean. Through shot selection, you know how a player is feeling. He could have just rolled that yellow in and played the green in the same pocket as the yellow, but he knows he's confident in his striking the cue ball and judging the pace and the reaction of the table. And he could have well have easily caught the green, as Neil said. So it just shows that he's in a really good place.
Yeah, it was a close frame. It was the longest frame of the match, easily. But he must be aware, given what happened in the third frame, one mistake and he lets Judd back in. You know, Judd's 3-1 down, but we've seen him come back from a scoreline like that before.
We have, and also Judd's got to take something out of it. So when he did make the mistake, I won the frame. He knows he's playing well, and the match is by no means over. And as you said, if it's 4-0, then it's a different story. But I think it is the best. I mean, the last time I saw him play like this was in the last 2 events in the Players Series. You know, the Players and the Tour Championship. He bombed out in the World Championships, and now here he is again, looking in the same form.
Yeah, he was rubbing his red eye before his first match. He had a problem with his contact lens. Doesn't seem to have bothered him.
No, I wish I had a red eye like that, but no, his lung potting hasn't affected him at all. And normally, if your eyes do go a little bit, that's where you're going to struggle. In the balls, he should have been okay, but his lung potting is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, taking a look at Judd, from what we've seen of him this season, would you expect him to come back?
I would expect he'll certainly feel that he can. You know, some of the comebacks he's already done this season, 7-3 down in that final against Zhang Anda, a long way behind against John Higgins and other opponents since then, you know. So he's definitely not out of this game, and both players will know that right now.
It's going to be quality stuff on the other side of the break. We'll get the conclusion of this, our last group final of the week. Will it be Judd Trump or will it be Shaun Murphy who goes on to meet Barry Hawkins in tomorrow night's semi-final? Well, up to 7 more frames to determine who wins this one. Shaun Murphy's in the driving seat. He leads Judd Trump by 3 frames to 1, a place in tomorrow night's Champion of Champions semi-final, the prize. But who will be taking on Barry Hawkins for a shot at the title? Well, on the evidence so far, Rhian, Neil, who goes through?
On the previous 4 frames, you have to say Shaun, but Judd hasn't done a lot wrong. He can go into that thinking he just outplayed me first of all and then go in full all goes blazing, so yeah.
How important is this first frame after the break?
Yeah, he's got to do it now. You know, Shaun has already shown what he's capable of doing, and Judd, I expect him to step up. It's going to be a brilliant final session, I think.
Great stuff to take you through the final few frames. We can hand you over to our commentary team, Alan McManus, alongside Phil Yates. First, though, Tahir Hajat will reintroduce the players.
Snooker fans, please welcome back into the arena Shaun Murphy, Judd Trump, and your referee, Desislava Bozhilova.
5, Judd Trump to break.
The crunch half of the match begins. You know, merely by turning up in Bolton, Trump took his prize money for the season, over £400,000. It's been a golden time. But he's only satisfied with trophies, and if he's to remain in contention for this one, he has to put in a special second half. Capable of doing so, but Murphy will be tough to budge.
Yeah, terrific atmosphere there tonight as the players re-entered the arena.
Rainbow.
Huge roar. Oh, not been like him of late to miss that type of shot. Yes, he had to power it, but we know he has
Judd Trump
plenty
1.
of that in reserve.
One.
Murphy's most recent victory over Trump was over this distance. 6-5 in the last 16 of the UK Championship last season. Then he was 5-3 down. Roared back to win. Trump scoring 5 points in total in the last 3 frames. This time Murphy has to bear the pressure of being the front runner.
16. 17. 24.
Yeah, it's been an incredible period of domination by Judd, hasn't it, of late, obviously. But the thing about the modern game with the players that are going about, there's always someone ready to step up with the talent and the tenacity to take you on. Yeah, it's good to see Shaun looking very tuned in tonight, and he's played lovely so far, hasn't he? That was an important frame, the one before the interval. He's getting it done because he would have felt, would have deserved a 3-1 advantage.
Horrible implement this, the swan neck. But it serves a purpose.
Yeah, Shaun's not culpable of anything here. That was a terrific shot. Known in the trade as a good baden. A perfectly good shot, that. I was disappointed, these fellas, when they don't
Shaun Murphy, 32.
win frames in one hit, but you can't do it all the time. But a good safety. Keep Judd pinned back for the time being. Wonder if he has designs on a 4-ball plant here. Yeah, well played.
Brown ball.
Now you just got to nail this cue ball tight to it, the brown. Well done.
Judd Trump, 1.
Yeah, the shot made easier by the close position of brown and green. Murphy's in trouble here. He was in trouble. Millimetre perfect.
Yeah, that was your old landing like a butterfly with sore feet, wasn't it, on the red? Beautiful shot.
I was thinking, though, even before the interval, Alan, isn't this match what the Champion of Champions is all about? Pitting the best against each other in a one-table environment for a big prize. It's a quarter-final, it could be a final.
It's about as wild as it gets in the Shaun Murphy queue. Or queues. Yeah, very fortunate. Just got Judd on the ropes at the moment. 4-1 wouldn't be insurmountable. And he's very much got his back to the wall. Well, one bad turn deserves another.
Well, that wasn't naughty snooker, that was detention snooker.
Yeah, that could be not
4.
just a game or a frame changer, that could be a match changer.
Five.
What an outrageous, outlandish fluke it was, and it could lead, as Alan said, to plenty.
Yeah, it looks even more outlandish from this
12.
view, doesn't it?
13.
This was Murphy's reaction. Yeah, resigned. You know, in the 80s, a large group of professional players were convinced that Steve Davis was lucky. In the 90s, they were convinced that Stephen Hendry was lucky. And these days, you hear people say Judd Trump is lucky. Of course he isn't.
21.
But in that instance, boy, he was.
So I agree about the Stephen thing. They were lucky and good. More good than lucky, you've got to say, absolutely.
28.
A lot of players down the years, it's easy to feel a wee bit of guilt when you get such a fluke like that, but Judd feels absolutely no remorse when that happens.
29.
You've got to make it count. Yes, and if frame 3 is anything to go by, it was a similar-ish position.
31.
Yes, he trailed by a few more at
32.
the time, Judd, but when he got his chance like this, made no mistake.
Just thinking about that famous Gary Player quote, the more I practice, the luckier I get.
39.
He must have put in 18 hours straight to get that fluke.
40.
Yeah, this sort of visit, it looks like breakfast, lunch and dinner, doesn't it, for Judd Trump? But this is where the 22
46.
wins in a row come in handy.
47.
He's been used to doing it, and when you get into that habit of clearing up, which he's been doing in the last 5 or 6 weeks, it just becomes another day at the office and just roll on and keep
53.
ploughing on. But Shaun, we've got to remain positive, playing lovely himself.
54.
The yellow is frame ball.
57. 59.
I love the fact he's done this. This is how it's supposed to be. No room for guilt.
Yeah, the fluke's one thing, but you knew that Judd was going to always remain positive. Staying positive doesn't guarantee things will turn out okay.
66.
As long as you're okay with how things turn out, and you're not fretting about
71.
falling behind in matches, anything like that, you just keep ploughing on, and he's gotten the job done again.
77.
Back to one behind.
It was fluky, then it was fabulous. And the frame falls to Judd Trump. Shaun Murphy's lead halved. It's now 3-2. Sometimes a match that has got a lot of hype and a lot of expectation doesn't really live up to those expectations, but this has got the feel of a classic in the making. 3-2 to Murphy, looking to re-establish that 2-frame buffer.
Yeah, cue ball tight to the cushion, good length on the cue ball, but he's left the half baller. Not this time. It would have felt good. He had a little dip of the head just after it. When it was halfway there, the cue ball, he would have thought, yeah, I like the feel of this and the look of it. Yeah, quite happy. He'll be happy enough with Believe. Played this shot earlier, didn't he? Almost identical. Didn't quite have all of the pocket to aim at. Oh, and a gift for Judd. Amazing how much more difficult that shot is because of the red that's near the pocket. If it wasn't there, it was a 9 out of 10 for Shaun.
1. Eight. 9.
He's going in. And this time it's wrong. Barring a double, it's end a break. Good connection, wasn't it? But sometimes it's deadened by a sort of 4-ball plant in there. No, he took the risk. Thinking about it. Yeah, just as far as the double goes, he's just too compromised with his cue ball. With the pink there, he'd have to go deep on the cue ball. So. But he's playing it.
Judge round 14.
Yeah, the gaps there. Judd's shoulders drooped. Well, there it is.
He was convinced there was value in the double, Trump, but there was also an element of risk.
One.
The applause there, Alan, warranted. That wasn't easy at all, and especially the way he's controlled the cue ball.
Seven. 8.
Didn't go well last time round. Shot into the bunch, just checking if there's a possible plant on. If there's any risk of it, he can't play it. It's not a plant, it's like a 3-ball plant come cannon sort of thing that is concerning him. Just brushing out the middle red of the 3. Doesn't like it. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. The way he played that,
13.
soft full ball cannon, just caressed the red to the left there. Exactly as played.
14. $90. $20.
Yeah, whether it'll have any bearing on the result of this match this evening, I'm not sure, but it's definitely the case that Judd is more accustomed to pin drop pressure. You're a pin drop out there, but the pressure is ramping up all the time in this match. But he's so used to it at the moment.
$25.
Yes, and while he was lucky with the fluke in the previous frame, of course, he wasn't fortunate with that split at all. It was a well-played shot. Deserved more. Looking at it from here, doesn't seem too bad, but it's really, really thin. And with hampered cueing as well. Well done, but the holding of the cue ball proved
26.
beyond him.
Judd Trump, 26.
Such a battler these days. Didn't have it in the infancy of his career, Judd. He really didn't. He didn't have any of this sort of stuff, but it's getting harder and harder to play against all the time. Great shot. Well played.
Yeah, that's twice since the interval. Trump's played a layup snooker behind a ball colour, seemingly very well, and Murphy's escaped with aplomb.
Shouldn't have a problem with the figure of 8 here behind green. But it's got to get the baulk cushion, got to get close to it. Yeah. Possible plant.
He's the complete package, Trump. Wonderfully heavy scorer, great potter. And as Alan said, the tactical aspect of the game has been embraced by him. And that was a shot that one of Shaun Murphy's best mates on tour, Mark Selby, would have been proud of.
Yeah, the red pots, and he can get a good hold of the cue ball to find the gap. Oh, this time. I thought for a horrible second, from a Judd Trump point of view, I thought the red was going to be closer to left corner. That was special, really was. It's one of those, if you don't pot that catching it thin, you're sticking it over the pocket.
There's some working out to do, but essentially
Green
they are
ball.
all there. There's no obvious stumbling block.
Four. Five.
Those last couple of shots are typical of Shaun Murphy, trying to get the blood flowing
12.
back in the cue arm again by punching them both in. Almost anti Mark Williams style. Everyone sort of goes about this type of situation a different way. Shaun likes to feel like he's bossing the cue ball. And this time, Shaun,
30.
he just got himself caught in a kerfuffle there. I mean, he's got a simple drop through. Yes, low in the black's not ideal. He just got himself mixed up there. It's not even so much a bad shot, it's just bad thought process. That's all that was. Here we go then, it's black to far corner. No hiding place, got to make it.
Shaun Murphy, 13.
We all thought he would make more than that. Murphy coming to terms with the fact that in a moment or two he should be all square.
1. Seven. 8.
41 ahead, so
40.
this red and any colour, and Murphy needs snookers.
15. 21. 22. 20. 29.
He'll be locking the feel of this now. He knows it's not a time to take anything for granted, and he most certainly will not. But 3-1 down at the mid-session interval is a time where you can
34.
become a little anxious against an opponent of Murphy's quality. Now it's all square,
36.
and basically the match is distilled to a best of 5.
$43. 48. 54.
I think that might be a broken
Trump
pocket
thing.
camera. It was played with such force. A typical Trump exhibition shot. And these two are putting on quite an exhibition of match play excellence. It's 3-3. Don't worry, folks, it takes more than Storm Judd to knock out our pocket camera.
Thank you,
It was
frame 7.
a split-second malfunction.
Trump break.
Now it's back. And Judd Trump is back in the match.
Yeah, I just wonder if the mistake by Shaun, sometimes we do look a bit deep into things, I guess, but was it in part because he's playing against the man at the moment. The hesitancy shown when he had his chance. That's the man there. Nine months ago, it was Shaun Murphy who was the custodian of snooker, if you like. He was the man in possession of the jersey, winning a couple of tournaments on the back of a runner-up at the Welsh Open. But Judd's got it now.
All of the pre-match stats pointed to Trump being favourite, apart from their actual head-to-head, which was 12-9 for Trump. He'd won 4 of their 6 quarter-finals, 5 of their 8 best-of-11s.
He's interested in something here, Judd. Red above the black must be very tight. But the other thing is the black must be on, otherwise he wouldn't be entertaining this. This time there's no holding back. Oh, terrific pot. And the coolness, the way he played it, he didn't overhit it. He played it like he fancied it. It's easy to get a wee bit anxious in that shot and almost in the back of your mind think about the sanctuary of balk, but there was none of that. He's never been one to shirk away from the big shots. He never has been in his whole career, Shaun.
6.
About to start now.
Seven.
Well, he broke through on a bedrock of long potting, the like of which the Crucible has never seen in 2005 when he captured the world title as a qualifier. And that's always been his great asset.
30.
Yeah, just thinking about that terrific interview
14.
that Stephen and Judd gave us this week, asking Judd about world titles and hunger and how many should you have, do you want to have, all that stuff. By the time we get to the Crucible come mid-April, how can it be 19 years since Shaun Murphy last won a world championship? That's how difficult they are to win.
20. $21. $27. $28.
The black is liberated, but he doesn't want to be straight. And he doesn't want to have to play the shot with any kind of pace. Ooh, he has got some angle, but it's minimal.
Yeah, it's about 0.5 of a degree, isn't it? There's nothing to work with, almost. Could possibly deep screw the cue ball to the left corner with a red to middle. Yeah, that's about all he has.
$35. $36.
Deserved applause.
Yes, it's the brown and almost trying to play a cannon on the black two cushions. As long as you get something, a piece of something, you've got a chance. Perfect. You're just playing a little
40.
gamble card there. That's all you're playing. Just give me a piece of something, any contact, just to disturb. Problem is, of course, the black, when potted next, is going to tie itself up and the red that's nearest the black at the moment.
41.
Can easily move it though. Got to judge the cannon nicely. There he go. He just got a wee bit cute on it. Is he still on it, the cutback?
48.
Good work by Desislava. She knew it was important to get the black in the middle of the cross. The spot. Must be tight.
Healthy start to the frame, but nowhere near decisive.
Shaun Murphy, 48.
One more revolution and it was in.
Yeah, this red on the right wing's not a massive problem as far as the push down and up. Cue ball on this end cushion. Like that, yeah, he's played it nicely. He's just worried about the gap, the red that's near left middle. Not saying it's an easy one, but there it is there. That's what he'd have been worried about. That's probably why he didn't want to play it. He was all out of options. He played it as well as he could. That's all you can do. And he was right to be concerned.
Bravo.
So much concentration on the
Judge,
positional
one.
cannon. The brown goes astray.
One. Six. Seven.
Yeah, didn't quite deliver for once through that. Pink's no good. Yeah, the only good thing about the thin cut blue to middle, it nothing to do with the cue ball. He's bound to be on one. But you've got to get the pot.
Shaun Murphy,
Ooh,
7.
now then. I just again think that because Shaun's not in the winning habit right now, he's struggling just the odd time to put the difficult shots away. Part of of the reason, just again to say that part of the reason why that might be the case is because of the quality of the opponent.
Much talk about yesterday's clearance from Zhang against Ding as one of the finest we've seen on ITV, and of course it was. Trump was responsible for a remarkable clearance against Stephen Maguire in the semi-final of the Players' Championship in 2020. And if he were to get the chance here, a clearance of great difficulty would be needed to salvage this in one hit. Well, considering how badly he caught that one, to not only get away with it, but also put a couple of reds really awkward. That was a fortunate turn of events. With a 54-point lead, Murphy wants balls in the main to be awkward. The agenda for Trump is to try and get the table as open as possible. And that's the best way forward. He's knocked them in.
Now, how much is the pink going to hamper him here as far as promoting the red?
7.
He's no problem playing on the pink direct, he just can't lift the red, so that'll keep.
8.
Yeah, here's the shot again that set up this chance. Cleverly played, wasn't it?
$14. 15.
Okay, good angle. With his accuracy, expect contact on the red. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And look where the blue is.
22.
Yes, he's left-handed and the odd time a hybrid righty, but don't know whether he'd play that right-handed, the blue. Something around half ball in the blue would be ideal. Just nudge the red over the centre pocket. That's what we've
23.
played on. He's got to just run. Oh, he's got it. I think he's just about got this. It's tight. It's a wee bit thinner than it looks on screen there. But if he can hold off the pace and go deep on the cue ball, he might just get a piece of the red. He clearly feels it's too thin and not doable, so the double is the other option. No, no. Wow. Oh, wow. Unbelievable shot.
The hot shots competition is over. That's it.
Well, if there's a hot shots competition, we know we love it, and there's going to be one. That should be in it twice. My goodness me.
26.
That is arguably the greatest positional shot ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unbelievable. If he completes this clearance, I mean, I thought Zhang Anders was good, and it was unbelievably good. This is otherworldly. I mean, incredible.
31.
I mean, here it is again, through a gap that's not even there. The gap's not there. Got to miss the brown by a hair. Got to miss the blue by a hair. Oh, wow.
34.
And he's not messing about at the end of a frame he's already won. This frame, which is a vital one, still very much on the line. Still needs the lot.
$43. $49.
Nothing against Shaun Murphy, but clearing up here would be a very fitting ending. Murphy is the magician, but from Trump, that was magical, miraculous, I'll go so far as to say unprecedented. That was genius on a table. What a shot we've just witnessed. Alan, you've seen plenty of snooker over the years. Put it into your own words.
Well, you've got the Alex Higgins blue, you've got the Mark Selby treble, but this was otherworldly. I mean, this wasn't a snooker shot. This was an occasion. That's how good that was. Guy Jings, what a shot.
Thank you. Frame 8. Shaun Murphy to break.
Before we went to break, you would have seen Shaun Murphy sportingly tap the arm of his chair there, appreciating what he'd just seen. But for him, while it was exciting for us, it must have been an enormous blow. What a clearance, 56, with two reds glued to cushions when he came to the table. And of course initiated with a cheeky cross double.
And there's a thunderbolt. You just kind of felt that was going to fall, didn't you? Some shots almost seem like they're preordained to fall in before it's the shots even played. That was one right there. Judd Trump. Oh, wow. He missed a brown a couple of frames ago to the opposite pocket.
Judd Trump 1.
And he's faltered again.
A similar shot to the one he missed in the deciding frame of the World Grand Prix final against Mark Allen last season.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had bad money on them missing that there. Oh.
1.
But the only thing I'll say from a neutral's point of view, here's Shaun again just flirting with the near jaw. There's many a slip twixt cup and lip. That was one. I'm just going to say from a neutral's perspective, it keeps the kettle boiling, doesn't it, in this match?
Alan McManus into full Ted Lowe mode. That was his saying, wasn't it?
Nine.
Ted also used to say when someone potted a yellow, green or brown, little fish are sweet, but in this case, the fish that Trump went for got away.
$16. $70. $24. $25.
Amidst all of the excitement, almost forgotten that Murphy is now behind in the match for the first time. How can he respond? Well, thus far.
32. $33.
Yes, it was worth bringing reds into play. It's always a gamble with a cue ball landing near the side cushion. See the firm brush cannon. He couldn't get the cue ball to release. The trouble now is if he's going to get on a red, he's got to play this with quite a lot of pace, which makes the pot ever so difficult. The only thing you'd say, he's just the man for the job with this type of shot. With pace. Fantastic shot.
$40.
After what went on at the tail end of the previous frame, that was sensational to knock that in. Yeah, he's no problem here. He's got the plant. He's already aware of it. The two ball plant to right corner looks a nailed on good thing. There it is, unmissable.
$44. 50. $51.
Shaun Murphy living up to his billing as a fine player with the rest. Missed just 1 of 13 so far in the tournament, so far today.
$58.
Yeah, so red, blue. And one more red needed.
$59.
The fact that he's gone as high as he has suggests that he's got to play some sort of cannon, so it could go wrong. And it has, badly.
64.
And in the wake of what happened in the previous frame, he will be feeling vulnerable. 63 in front, yes, but 67 there. And unlike frame 7, the balls at the moment are nicely situated for a counter-attack.
Shaun Murphy, 64.
Doesn't have any other option than playing the one red, and just wonder if he's going to cannon the black. Yeah, onto the cushion, that was a worry. Alright, if he was to get on it nicely, no major problem. What does Shaun do with this? Yeah, the pot's on, it's well within his compass, we know that, but it's not the sort of shot he wants to be playing right now. But he's on it. Oh, and got it. Fantastic pot. What character this has been from Shaun in this frame. From 3-1 in front, and then the hammer blow of what happened at the tail end of the last frame. This has been outstanding.
Two snookers are required.
3. Shaun Murphy, 3.
He might actually play that old banana shot that we call it. He's going deep. You've got to get on pink or black, obviously.
1.
This is that kind of Zhanganda black on that clearance, isn't it? Yeah, well done. Just checking his numbers.
8.
58 in front, so there's a 7-point gap, as it were, as far as being able to tie the frame.
9.
So definitely going to be 2 snookers regardless of where if he decides to peel down to whatever, he can't do that. But green and brown are obviously going to be of interest to him.
$16.
And given his powers of escapology in frame 7, Murphy won't be counting any chickens.
$17.
Always thinking he's trying to get this
24.
red maybe near green brown or just in behind them with a cue ball in behind pink black. It's an option. Yes, he's got the 2 cushions cue ball in behind green brown actually, so it just depends which way he sees this. Yeah, sending red up table because this way he can maybe get a free ball. Thinking behind it.
John, 24.
It's a difficult swerve. Right in line with it. It's doable, but very dangerous. So, but it's very important he hits this, whichever way he plays it, because of green-brown. The swerve's not a terrible choice because there shouldn't be a free ball if he misses it. Yeah, he's okay free ball wise. It wasn't the worst play actually.
Judge round 4.
Unlucky not to hit it. It was a good effort.
To hold the cue ball like that, playing the shot at that quiet pace, is pure.
Yeah, incredible piece of ball striking that. It's one of those where the cue ball loses its spin a split second after contact with the red. Okay, 2 cushions. No. Oh, and he'll be actually quite pleased about the bump of the middle pocket, but for that it could easily have been a free ball.
It's all changed, no more snookers required. Trump 34 behind, 35 on. Red, black and all the colours, he can steal it by a point.
Even there, look at this, he's trying to use blue as well. He's got brown, green, and he's even trying to use the blue on the back end of it. What a shot, and this ain't easy to hit either. Good stuff, Shaun, the tap on the table. Yeah, again, it's quite an important hit, because at the moment Judd needs red-black, obviously. Any foul and red-green or better is good enough.
Foul. No miss.
And now any colour wins
Judd
off the
Trump,
red.
5.
The fact that the miss is called, it'll probably go back.
But that will do for Judd, as will any colour off the last red now.
One.
This game changes in a heartbeat, doesn't it? It's incredible. Shaun Murphy potted the pile-driving long red, the fifth last red, to all but secure the frame. He could have tucked in behind a yellow, but he thought, I'll take the 2 points. He couldn't get on a red from it.
6.
And now Judd Trump is making him suffer.
8.
Brown to blue is crucial.
$11. $15.
Yeah, that's why it was crucial. He had to be straighter than this. Don't think he can hold this, not direct. He can't, he has 2 options. A cannon on the pink, or in and out of balk with a cue ball. It looks like the cannon on pink, maybe black even. Tried to hold it, and he has. Wow. He just about has. It's not good though. Never say never with this guy.
Just a flick on the black would have been ideal.
Judd Trump here making miracles happen.
Houdini has been trapped. Not one escape, but 2 back-to-back. Simply remarkable. If Shaun Murphy comes back from this, that would be incredible. Shaun Murphy has encountered not one but 2 crushing setbacks in succession. Could he possibly rally? I would say no. Psychologically, he must be very down indeed. Judd Trump walking on air. I remember our colleague Neil Folds telling me that he once lost back-to-back frames against Steve Davis, having been in the ascendancy with Davis requiring snookers in both frames. And I asked Neil how he felt. He said, how do you think I felt? Terrible. Much like Murphy right now.
Yeah, there's a school of thought, that in snooker, when you need a snooker, it should be outlawed to play on. Try telling anyone in here that tonight after the drama that was seen in that last frame.
Well, I think that's utterly ridiculous, isn't it? It's one of the great things about the game that gets us all talking. Those frames that are won from nowhere.
Yeah, it's a skill, it's an art, it's part of it. It's like putting in golf, it's a game within a game. Better being good at it than not. 10 years ago, Judd would no chance of winning a frame like that. So again, Shaun's left one sticking out. And dispatched.
One.
The winning habit, it seems, Judd is finding difficult to shake it off.
Three. Four.
It's a tremendous piece of thinking that. He always had the out ball to middle. He has designs on promoting the black off this shred.
Done. Seventeen. Eighteen. $25. $26. $33.
Yeah, straight's no good, so he's going to have to come up with something special again. Last of the loose reds. So, in and out of Bolt with tons of left. That cue ball spinning round the corner on the left wing there. Try and meet the pink and reds. Not this time.
$39.
He's not been at his break-building best this evening, Judd Trump.
39.
I suppose you can't ask for everything.
Certainly not out of the match, not by a long stretch. Hands of a lesser man, yeah, he probably would be. So Green into the pack, just got to hope he doesn't send a red over corner. That's okay.
Shaun Murphy 1.
Didn't dislodge as many reds as you might have thought, actually.
Yeah, look at this. He's even thinking of cushion first and resting and buy himself a better shot next time round. It's just good match play. That's all that is. It's good, smart match play. All right, he's missed them, but it matters not.
Shaun Murphy 4.
The 4 points is scant reward for Shaun. Just banking on the next time he comes to the table, Judd, he's going to have a better shot than this, a direct shot. Yeah, it makes no material difference. Same shot again, last time round. Would get the warning, but an ounce more pace, and it's no problem. Got it this time. Good defensive work. That's why in these positions, these passages of play, you've got to be strong as Shaun is being here. See, Judd's playing on, he's trying to play on the hope that his next shot at the table, his opponent will play a loose-ish safety shot, giving him a chance to dictate, but Shaun has remained strong. This might be cushion first and just rest into the back of them. Can't be short because short would perhaps leave options, but he's played it nicely. And now Judd has his wish, and that's why he played two negative, well, they weren't negative, two containing shots. It's that over my dead body sort of attitude that you ain't getting a chance out of this, Shaun. I'm going to keep you at bay until I can peel off to bulk and put a red safe, or try to. Hasn't managed that, but he's turned the tables nicely in that exchange. Because of the smart play by Judd on a couple of occasions, Shaun's in bulk with a head scratcher. Must get the cue ball safe. And he hasn't. It's a chance to win the match now. On the back of simply being street smart.
6-1.
A little unlucky that. Anywhere but there. Of course, he's not in a position to complain. One of the turning points of the entire match was frame 5, went from an extraordinary fluke. He made 84.
Judge round 6.
Yeah, you must credit Shaun. He's given Judd a few headaches himself. He's took a little gamble. He knew he had to leave this red by the pink spot to left middle. There was nothing Judd could do about it. Can Shaun find somewhere something from the soles of his boots? He's got to find one here, and it's got to be special. Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant. One shot away from departing the champion of champions. The tournament, of course, he's won before. A proud man, and this is excellent. He can find his way in tight to the reds now. This is far from done. Good shot.
Resilience imperative, but
7.
he's got that.
Eight.
I mentioned before, but it's worth repeating. The last time Murphy beat Trump, it was from 5-3 down. 6-5 in the UK Championship last year. He
16.
dominated the last 3 frames, in fact. The memory of that will provide positivity.
$23. $24.
For once, Shaun doesn't get through the cue ball. Still on the red. He was just bridging over the green there, as you can see with his cue, striking down on it. Can he judge the cannon? Yeah, well played. That's a gorgeous little shot.
$38. $39.
When he came to the table, the one really awkward ball was the green, and it remains so. He will need it.
46.
It's been some effort, this, hasn't it? And the red to kick this off was right out of the top drawer with nowhere else to go.
47.
Now we know he's got the
53.
so much cue power. We know he can get the spin on this if he wants to risk disturbing the green. Now he's going side cushion, end cushion. Brilliant. And the fact that he's amazing with the rest,
55.
this is now doable. Green and brown. Oh, that's simply superb. It really is. Okay, his cue ball is not perfect. It's far from it.
58.
It was almost too good a shot, actually, in terms of ball striking. But what guts? No guts, no glory. Not out the woods just yet. Can he find one more good shot to take us into a 10th frame? Yeah, the trouble with the pot to left corner, he can't play it with pace. He misses it, he may stick it, so just the safety shot, and it's not a good one.
Shaun, 58.
You don't very often see 3 consecutive frames, one on the black by the same player. Could happen here.
Might gamble here on wafer thin on the left. Scoreboard wise, it doesn't make a massive difference. You know, he's going deep, so holding in behind black with a cue ball. Oh, what a shot, honestly. That's superb.
You have to give Shaun Murphy enormous credit. This has been an admirable attitude. And the match remains alive. Surely not. Surely not.
Shaun Murphy 4.
Can I borrow a superlative, Alan? I've run out of them.
Yeah, that's sensational now, Shaun. Don't play this with too much right-hand side or you can go round the back of it. Oh, he's got one back. Living dangerously at the moment is Shaun. Give the guy a break. Give him a break. He's not got the snooker, but just got to keep your concentration here. It should be a straightforward hit, but you just got to remember to breathe and don't get ahead of yourself. Just hit the blue. Good shot.
Well, having caught the jaws like that, it could have been an awful lot worse. Might well have been end of frame. Still a glimmer of hope.
Night of living dangerously. Wow. Just got a piece of it. Yeah, Judd will play the pot here. And this is a chance. It's a decent chance, this. He'll get close to in behind the black. And if he gets the snooker itself, it's bound to be a good one. Yeah, pretty good. But just because the pink is so close to a cushion, it should be doable.
Lengthiest frame of what's been a terrific match. Disappointed, but it could have been more costly than that had the cue ball caught the black full and knocked it under the top cushion. That might have been end of story. It is now anyway. Do not discount Shaun Murphy, made of stern stuff. Those two setbacks did not rock him entirely. It's 5-4.
Thank you. Frame 10. Shaun Murphy to break.
Judd Trump might disagree with this statement, but it's a match that deserves a decider. Lots of tactical snooker, yes. It's been played at a good pace, though. A match that's had pretty much everything. What a pot! And look at the position. Could not have picked that cue ball up with his hand and placed it any better.
Eight. Nine.
The cue ball coming off the top cushion was just a little deader than he imagined, but in the end
60.
it did him a favour.
He's been asked so many questions tonight, but he keeps coming up with all the answers.
70. $24. Please make sure your phones are on silent.
silky. Floating in that red at distance.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? The break-off was textbook. Absolutely nothing that Shaun did
31.
wrong. Short of putting the
32.
cue ball in your pocket, I don't know what you can do these days. Yeah, for once it's gone wrong, so it's not easy access to the next red. Probably just settle for the one on the right wing. And he's going to have to now, well, he would have done, but the greens stopped that happening, so it, again,
37.
never say never, but it should be end of break. To normal mortals it would be.
Similar to the last frame when he got in with 39. This time 37.
I think he's just on the bluff here. He's just giving it a 10 or 20 seconds just to almost say to Shaun, look, I'm thinking about playing the pot here. Oh my word, he is. Or is he? No, it was too much to ask, but I think it was just a wee bit of bluff. I mean,
Judge
mind games.
37.
These guys could, manage any football team you want them in. You talk about managers with mind games. Come and try this lot. Every move to make, and sometimes more importantly, what move not to make. But this is brilliant by Shaun. I mean, he's left the table his last 2 visits. Cue ball within a few inches of the baulk cushion. And he's being punished. Surely he can't be punished this time. Okay, here's a chance, a half chance. Can he somehow muster up the strength to dispatch this red? Oh, close. Needs cover badly, and he doesn't have it.
One.
Just caught that red slightly thicker than he wanted to, hence the cue ball making a contact with the jaws. So this cue ball a little too close to the side cushion for total comfort.
Eight.
Yeah, he doesn't have plan A to get on board with here, but there's plenty of other letters in the alphabet to choose from, so red in the right wing. If it falls, he's in prime position to kill this off.
9. $16. $70.
Murphy entitled to fear the worst.
24. 25.
Yeah, but we've got to pay tribute to Shaun tonight. I think he's been superb. Started the match beautifully. And he's been outdone simply by the man of the moment. Judd Trump, some of the miracles he's come up with tonight are beyond belief.
32.
Hold your head high, Shaun, because you've played brilliant.
33.
Simply have to concur with that. But now he requires a snooker, does Murphy. You know, Judd Trump isn't the world number one. He isn't the world champion.
40.
But there's no debate right now. The best player in the world at the moment
41.
is at the table.
Yeah, no question. I think this is partly why, and I've been vocal this week in saying that I admire Judd's commitment to not just his own game, but the sport in general. He enters pretty much every tournament,
40.
regardless of where in the world it is. He doesn't just enter them.
49.
He has a deep desire to win them. And that can only be admired. This taking time out business and all that sort of stuff.
56.
Yes, it's understandable, but when you're in possession
57.
of that tag of the man of the moment, you want to keep it as long as you can.
And now, let me tell you, he's got great pride of performance.
64.
He wants to make another century.
65.
If he does, it would be his 45th of the season, equaling last season's total pre-Christmas, pre-December.
72.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see
73.
again the extent of the 2019 edition of Judd, the swashbuckling style that he showed us then, but he's as hard as nails these days, and that will only get
80.
more and more as the seasons go on and puts the titles in the bag.
It's like our colleague Stephen Hendry
82.
always tells us, the more you win, the more you want to win.
Yeah, and show off the skills that you have,
85.
like that green to brown. It's just been sensational. Some of the frames he's won tonight, it didn't seem possible. But he
89.
made it happen through will and sheer perseverance. He was like a dog with a bone. He would not
94.
let go. And he's found a way to win again.
And there is the icing on a memorable cake. You know, this season, Judd Trump has had consistent glory tonight. It was all about guts. 2 escapes, back-to-back, that defied belief. And in the end, he defied Shaun Murphy, winning 6-4.
Well, that was very special, wasn't it? Judd Trump into tomorrow night's semi-final with a devastating performance against a battling Shaun Murphy, coming from 3-1 down to win 6-4, a consistent 94% pot success through the match. Safety and long game spot on, and a century break to seal the deal. And I'm delighted to say that Judd has stepped in and joins Ken and Rhiann with us tonight. I mean, we've thoroughly enjoyed that royally entertaining match. How much did you enjoy that? I don't know where to start with it. How much did you enjoy it?
I didn't really. I felt like I played terrible. So to come and see the stats, I don't know what happened there. But sometimes when you're out there, you don't really know what's going on. It was a game where it was one of the worst I felt all season. I felt tight. I felt horrible. I didn't feel like my cue action was there. So I think when your opponent's getting in first every time, making breaks at the start, you should have gone 3-0 up. And then after that, I was getting in, but I just, even like I'd have the ball to get bang in, and I was missing it every time. So I think it's kind of deceiving. It's hard when you're in the moment. I didn't really feel like I played well.
If that's what you feel like, you're not feeling it, because at times it was sublime. And we're going to show you the shot now in the 7th frame, which has enough. It's won the hot shot of the week without a shadow of a doubt. Take us through this.
I didn't want to leave the table. I knew I was thinking for a minute, do I take the blue and try and double it? But the red was just a little bit awkward, and it was one of them shots where it's kind of a shot where when I've won all my big tournaments, or when I've won tournaments, it kind of goes in.
Yeah, but I mean, the gap is so small there, isn't it? I mean, to spin the cue ball off those two cushions, miss the brown, miss the blue, and flick the red perfect. I mean, poor old Anders Ang, right? He had the best clearance like that he probably likely to ever had. He only had it for one day, and then Judd goes and makes that clear. I mean, it was just an incredible shot.
What Al said in commentary was, that wasn't a snooker shot, that was an occasion. We're going to look at it again. I mean, it's just...
I mean, you never get tired of looking at this shot. It's just absolutely perfect.
It's a good shot.
Did you know as soon as you hit it, because you have a feeling sometimes that it's going to be close?
Yeah, I knew I hit it well. I was just hoping it was going to avoid the brown. But it's one of them shots where it comes off once in a lifetime. And even if the brown wasn't there, is a great shot. But it just made it look a bit more special to avoid that.
Yeah. You were talking about some of the other great hot shots that we talked, or great shots, that... the treble from Selby for his 147, but it's right up there, isn't it?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. And also, it wasn't only that; it was the clearance up to it as well, because there was pressure on it. It wasn't like you were entertaining the crowd. Like, it's one of those pressure clearances that you have to get. He sort of tried to keep himself in the match, and even though he says that he looked like he was struggling. I mean, if he was struggling like that, I mean, what chance have we got?
I mean, Murphy had a bad eye. You say he was struggling. I wish I was like that, but no.
No, I mean, that's just top drawer stuff. I mean, those clearances and shots like that, they come around once in a blue moon, and you just have to savour them, and you never get tired of looking at them.
It's great, though, also to hear you were talking to Stephen before the tournament started about your hunger and being greedy for success. You've had a great season so far. That century there, I think that's equalled the number of centuries you had the whole of last season, and it's not even Christmas. What do you think's going on at the minute? Where do you think that's come from? I know you put a lot of hard work into your game.
I just feel like when things maybe don't go my way, or I start badly, I can just somehow just zone out, and when my chance does come, I can take it straight away. So in today's game, Shaun was on 51, 2-0 up, absolutely cruising, and you have to clear up there. Yeah. You have to. If you don't, you're going to lose. So I just think those fine margins are the difference between having an amazing season and having sort of a mediocre season. And
when you're playing against somebody like Murphy, who keeps coming back at you, you can't drop the concentration. You've got to stay on point, stay focused.
Yeah, I knew that he's more than capable of doing to me what I'd done to him with nicking the frames. He nicked one to go 5-4 when I should have really closed out the match. So, as I said, I didn't feel great. It was one of them edgy games, whereas the last few tournaments I've been flying and feeling unbelievable. That was one where I didn't feel great, but maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on myself if I look back. It's hard when you're in the moment.
I think it's the confidence as well, of the last couple of months playing, the way he's been playing. Even though when you're not playing well, you still have that confidence because you've won so many matches in a row that even if you're not feeling so good, every time you come to the table, as you say, you don't want to leave the table. You just want to clear up every time.
Yeah, champions find a way to win. Just very quickly before we let you go, Barry Hawkins tomorrow night. Thoughts?
Barry again, yeah. I've seen a number of this season. He's a really nice guy, and he's playing unbelievable snooker at the moment. So I'm sure it'll be another amazing game.
I'm sure he enjoyed watching that tonight as well. He'll be thinking, if that's him and not feeling it, what's he going to be like tomorrow? Listen, great to see you, Judd. Great to see you in action. We've had a great night watching you. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Thank you.